Yo, good evening, guys. How you're
Good
doing?
evening, guys.
Konnichiwa.
Konbanwa, I think. Is it konnichiwa? It should be konbanwa.
Konnichiwa.
Oh yeah. At night, I thought
I
it
don't,
was
it
konbanwa. I
might
don't
be
know.
at night. My
Uh,
Japanese is terrible. You're better
okay.
than me.
You should catch up some more Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, this guy's fast. Hey, Tanyawa, welcome back to the show.
Did Penuat go to the auto show?
No, Otto is in Beijing, so
Yeah.
he's in Thailand. He went to
It's
the
fun.
motor show in Thailand, but I
Yeah.
don't think he saw the live stream on what is it, Auto China. I think there's some channel that do the live stream.
Mr. P does live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Will
just
is early
did
too.
one
Hey,
like
Will, what's up?
randomly.
Didn't get to meet you in the motor show, huh? I know you be busy too. And I was like, I lined up too long to see one car, so I didn't have time for the rest of other cars. Shade.
You lined up to see one car?
Yeah, I lined up to see the Xiaomi SU7.
Oh, okay. We can talk about that later then.
Yeah.
But hey, Will, I did 42 kilometers today, so more than you at the
Wow.
auto show. buddy.
Wow. That's
Man,
incredible.
Yeah,
that's a
and
good workout, man.
2,000 meter elevation gain. I walked for 12
Wow.
hours.
Oh,
for
no
5
wonder
minutes.
your hair start flying because it's like less gravity there.
Yeah. Higher
Floating.
elevation.
Just kidding, man. All right, guys. So hope you all see and hear us okay. Um. Oh yeah.
Did you-
You guys see the stats on WeChat or something? That's how you
Yeah.
compete with this. Okay. I haven't looked at that page long time already. I mean, you're on my my WeChat friend group, right? So I should be able to see. But my rank would be like 100 steps, something like that.
You're too busy driving.
No, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. This is the one. Yeah, Auto Home China. They did the whole live stream, so I think he watched on that whole live stream. Mr. P just did the live stream also yesterday, right? The whole 2 hours.
Yeah, but it was more like a not so great live stream. It was just like walking around, showing everybody what's up, and taking a quick glance at the cars. Nothing too detailed, but I showed around all the booths, every single one. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
that's what we're going to talk about today, right? We're going to talk about
yeah,
the auto show and all your guys' experiences there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna go through, I think. Well, you are able to walk around. That's good, Mr. P. On Thursday, it was like so jam packed. Like
Yeah.
you hardly can shoot any decent video. Not to mention the photo. I mean, but like yeah, too crowded, man.
How does that compare
Yeah.
to the auto shows in Thailand? Is it also quite crowded there? Or
No, in Thailand still okay. I think they separated to the 2 days press day, one VIP day. I think. Hey, why I have this balloon?
is it because you did this?
This one. I do this, then the balloon. Oh, okay. Good niche. Okay. And the public day is like right after, so there'll be a lot more. Well, there'll be more people, but then since it's spanned throughout like 2 weeks, right? So and it's much smaller than the one in China. But China is like I think the first time in Beijing after a few years. So
Yeah.
yeah,
4 years.
4 years, yeah, since COVID. We
Yeah.
were supposed to do one before the Shanghai, but then they skipped that one. That's how we had the Shanghai last year, and this is actually the first year in Beijing for the first 4 years, I think, since the last time. Yeah. Oh yeah, Thai media. Yeah, most of the Thai media come with great promoter. Yep, 25 medias, quite a lot.
I should have
All right,
been
so I
there.
think,
Great
yeah,
Wall invited me too. So
yeah, I thought
Thai,
I would see you there.
Thai Media and Eric.
Yeah, why not? I thought that no, they actually invited global media, so it's like a 200 medias in total,
Yeah.
like a lot, man. It's like a big event for them too.
Well, I had to tell him no. I have other things going on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this. Mr. P and I went there, Eric can he has seen some of the auto show in China, so we get some feeling as well. I mean, you can also relate
I
it
think
because
mostly
yeah,
I'll be asking you guys questions or listening to you guys. So
yeah, man. I saw him twice. Um, on Friday, actually he came on Thursday, right? Jam packed. On Friday, he was walking between the hall, like the east and the west, and then he need to walk to the west tree where the Xiaomi one is. I think Xiaomi was on west tree, if I'm not mistaken. So while he was walking along between the east and the west, it's like a group of like you imagine like the internet idol or some movie star was walking, and then people just trying to cram up and all the phone, the flash, everything around him, and keep moving along with him. And I and my friend was walking towards the other directions, and we're like, who the hell is this guy? Because I cannot see from the front. Like people in the front was like jam packed, and they were walking backward taking video, right? And then at that moment when we squeezed and passed through, I saw it was Lei Jun. Man, is like a I don't know. He's like he's like a cult leader somehow. Seems
Yeah,
like
he's super famous.
super famous, man. He's a good salesman though. To be honest, when he
Yeah.
presents stuff, I have to give it that to him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they show the car in Thailand now. Okay, so I think we have all the viewers joining our shows. Let's start with the usual intro, Eric. Why not?
all right, let's do it. Welcome back, everybody. Blue Sky Coming unofficial NIO Podcast. I'm Eric. That's Mr. P and Ting over there, and today we're going to talk about the Beijing Auto Show. So welcome.
Welcome, you guys. So I don't know what to start. I can just only say that it's so crowded.
Yeah,
How
for
many days did
me,
you go? Just one
Well,
thing?
okay, I waited too long to get in to see the SU7, and while I was waiting on the line, Lejun took the VIP in for some like car showing, right? He showed the features and stuff. So during that time, they will not take any more people in. So you need to wait until they finish. Then they clear the people who were already in there, and they haven't shot anything because they were blocked not to shoot anything until the chief is gone, right? So basically, they spend double time there. So we had to spend time waiting for that time and the double time for the people who were already there. So I spent like 2 hours in total from the time I step into the line. There goes again. Okay, 2 hours in total from the time I step into the line until the time I finish and walk out the line. 2 hours, and two
And
hours
you
is like halfway already.
you just went for one day, Ting?
I went for 2 days, but since we have a lot of the press conference from Great Wall Motor side, so we need to like be around there. And when you walk far away, then you need to get back in time before the press start. And it's just too many people jam packed, man. I cannot get into even have a seat. It's difficult. But
So
yeah,
can you
it's
tell
like
the Xiaomi booth, was it only SU7 or did they have a lot of like concept cars or anything cool?
I see the good one is like I saw the Hongxi one.
No,
It
I mean
looks fantastic, yeah.
Xiaomi booth.
Xiaomi booth is only SU7 Max, like
Just one
7 or 8 of them, all colors.
car.
Actually, 9 of them. Yeah, all colors are there.
Okay.
Well, if I got your mustache and European face, I can try to do that. They would let me. But for me, if I go there, they'll say, "Hey, did you pay 5,000 booking?" Then I can line you up, and that's when I go boom with the two finger, and here comes the balloon. Ah shit. Ah, okay.
no, there it
That is
is.
the advantage of being a foreigner or like a white foreigner in China. Yeah, we get that
Yeah,
VIP
you
treatment.
get some, yeah you get some. I'm not gonna say white privilege. It's just the foreigner privilege. I think if you got
You
the
can say white
foreigner
privilege.
face, yeah, it's like I'm a foreigner too in China, but my face is
Mr.
not
P, a
foreign
foreigner
enough.
too, right? So,
I'm foreigner, but yeah. Anyway,
So for me, when I was there on Saturday, I was there at the very start, And on Saturday, that's when it's open to the public. And man, the lineup was super long. Uh, there were so many people there, and it was just crowded as hell. And even the Xiaomi booth was also extremely crowded, and it was crowded everywhere. And I think the very important takeaway, like some people were kind of disappointed with Nio's booth not showing the ET9 or Onvo, and I've seen some of those comments, but really for Nio, their focus for these auto shows is more about sales. So they got like 200 plus Nio owners there as Nio user volunteers to help sell cars, and then also a ton of sales reps there as well. So it's just all sales focused. It's sales focused. They're there to showcase what they have, the technology they have, the swap station, let people witness it firsthand next to the cars, and then sell cars. One thing that I noticed about this whole entire auto show, apart from it being very crowded, is the fact that there's a very high emphasis on EVs. So one thing that really stood out was, for example, the Porsche booth. The Porsche booth did not have any gasoline cars or even any. It was all EVs. They had the Taycan and then the Macan EV, and it was very. They had a very beautiful booth set up with like, sort of like almost like Avatar looking. You know the movie Avatar. It's sort of like that. It was just sort of fantasy world kind of, and lots of other car companies all had either hybrids or pure EVs, and it was pretty obvious that there's a very big lack of gasoline only companies there. Everybody's showcasing EVs or hybrids, but in
Yeah.
general, it was just super crowded. It was a slugfest. I mean, like there's so many people, and different booths. They were giving out freebies. Some were giving out coffee for free. I know Zeker was giving out coffee for
Yeah.
free, free
Yeah.
stuff, free this, free stuff. People lined up. It was just crazy. And then the Xiaomi booth was also extremely crowded. Like I couldn't even get near it. And I saw the line, and I'm like, and I was live streaming, and I knew that there's still so many booths I got to show, and I'm like, yep, sorry guys, I can't line up over there and get in there. You guys can look from the outside and see there's so many people here. Yeah, and it was just a very very surreal experience seeing Xiaomi booth being so crowded. Neil's booth was also extremely crowded as well. A
Yeah.
lot of people checking out the cars, and the swap station, right? They had the swap station, and then the bottom was transparent, so you could actually see the swap mechanism. And it was also a fourth gen swap station, so it was swapping really fast. They also had a little screen on top with the timer, so it was really easy for people to visualize that this is battery swap, and then you have a little progress bar, and it shows you like it's gonna finish, it's about to finish, it's finished. So it was a really nice demo for battery swap and great marketing. And they had a new owner there constantly explaining what's going on, explaining about the benefits of battery swap. And they had chairs, stuff in front of the swap station, and like lots of people were just there, like mesmerized by it. Even like other people that are like foreigners and stuff, they were like, what's going on with this? This is so cool. And they're like crouching down, looking at through the transparent part of the swap station, trying to like see what's going on. Yeah, so it was quite interesting. And then of course, the second floor for Neo's booth was a Neo house. Every year they do this. They had a small joy camp there as well, so kids were there to play. And then also the Neo Cafe with the drinks. This year they brought the best drinks from every single city. Well, most of the cities, city drinks. And then it was there, and you could order it. Yeah, it was a fantastic experience. They had a Neo radio booth up there. So in Neo's vehicles, you can listen to Neo radio, which is like they have a ton of different channels, ranging from just news to entertainment to like music, all sorts of stuff. And they had a booth up there, and it was like just for this event, and it was talking about the auto show kind of stuff. And there was also a table upstairs with a lot of headphones. And I thought for a second, wait, is Nio selling headphones? No. But that was for listening into Nio radio while you sit there. So this is quite interesting. You know, they're showcasing the whole spectrum. And over there, I also saw like some new people from perhaps the European team over there just checking things out, maybe seeing how things are done here in China, etc. Maybe they're just on a business trip here. And for me personally, I was very lucky to have a partnership with which is the head of New Power, and shook his hand and did a painting view.
I'm not sure if I heard it right. You sound a little bit robotic here. I'm not sure,
Yeah,
Eric. The same.
I can't hear Mr. P.
It's like your sound disconnected. It's not continuous somehow.
Oh, my internet's not good.
And now your face is frozen, man. Maybe you
I
try.
think it's kind of cool what Mr. P said about the power swap station that's at the booth, because previously they also had the power swap station at the booth, but they didn't have like a timer or progress bar or that sort of thing. So it sounds like they're kind of iterating on it, making it better for the people who might not know about what it is, who are going through the exhibition. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, was that the Nio Life product sold on the second floor also, or it's just the Nio Cafe?
Oh, New Life products are first, so anybody could go buy it. If you want to buy one, you just buy it right there. It's quite interesting.
Mr. P, you're still a robot.
Yeah, you still a little bit sounded robotic somehow. It's like
robot. Let me try to fix things. Right? I'll be right back.
Yeah, you can reduce the camera resolution maybe, because you use the cellular. Probably, yeah. Can try. One thing I noticed in Nio booth is that, you know, the new ET7 now got the rear screen, right? 2 screens. So I was like checking out from the outside. There were 2 guys sitting inside, and one of the guy was like asking, this is good now like I can sit and watch some stuff in the back rather than that glass, right? And he said, so this one also, the big SUV got one too, like the S8, you know, the 6-seater. Can I see that? Like we have that on the S8 too? And then the answer is no. Oh boy, I'm sure it's like it could be easy upgrade. I don't know, but maybe like if there's some electrical connection down to the seat, they may need to like take some part of it and replace with something. But it's not like it's not undoable, right? I'm sure they should be able to do it, because those who bought the 2023 ES8 and would like to have the screen, I'm sure quite a few of them.
Yeah,
you would think it'd be possible.
Yeah, and that 2 position means you are not interfere with the rear view mirror from, like, the driver can still see the back, whatever. Even though if you put the center screen, you can also upgrade the rear view mirror to the camera. I just did that with my ES6, even though I don't have no screen at all in the back. But the camera looks really good at night though. When you use at night, it
official Nio upgrade.
Yeah. It's the Nio parts. Not bad at all.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed about the screens. So I actually talked to the Nio owner of 23 Nios, and he said the screen actually doesn't have battery. It doesn't have a power by itself, but it has its own chip. And the reasoning it's connected is for like anti-vibration. So if the car has a little bit of bumps and stuff, you're not gonna get car sick. Also, it can tilt, and also there's like 0 delay between the 2 screens if you're trying to, like, you know, watch things on the same thing or send from one screen to the other. But one thing I noticed is that it's still kind of limited. Okay, like for example, the sender system in the car, I changed it to English. The rear screens are still Chinese, and a lot of things aren't, I gotta say, like, finalized probably. So for example, in some of the apps that they have, like Bilibili, which is like the YouTube of China, you open it up, but you can't search. Like the search bar, you press it, there's nothing happens. But you can click anything else, you just can't search. Don't know why. Yeah, I tried it many times. It's probably not ready. They're just fixing
And
up some
yeah,
bugs and stuff. Yeah,
Can you
but
can
the
you
screen.
mirror your Neo phone on it like you can on the front screen?
I was gonna ask that too. Yeah, what if you have a Neo phone? How integrate the Neo phone is to the rear screen? Because on the front
Oh,
screen is excellent. You
it's
can
super
mirror
integrated.
from the rear
You can
at
So
the
it's the
rear.
same.
you can mirror your Neo phone. You can mirror any phone. Any phone, you scan the QR code, you can mirror it. There's Apple AirPlay as well, so it's pretty crazy. And also, um, if you do a meeting on the Neo phone, you just drop the phone down, and then the meeting pops up on the screen. Yeah, pretty
Mm,
insane.
nice. Because with
Yeah.
the Neo phone is a ultra wideband, right? When you sit in the back in the right side, so by default, yeah, like if I would think of it would when you're about to stream, it should primarily stream to the screen in front of you because it knows that you're sitting in that location. But yeah, you can
Mm-hmm.
stream to any other screen, like, but it should pop up like, hey, you want to screen to the like stream to the screen in front of you because they know it does know that you're sitting behind the passenger in the front, maybe because it's like it's the same thing that when you control your seats and stuff, right? It knows where you hold the phone, and then when you control the seat and everything, it just based on the location of the phone. So it also integrate that into the screen mirroring and all. Maybe I don't know
Yeah,
because I haven't actually. You need to get a phone that linked to the car to try, right?
yeah, and they also have like pressure sensors in the seats, so it knows
Mm.
that you're sitting on the seat, and so it knows which screen to share the meeting on. And also you can share, like, move the meeting to any other screens, or show it on
Yeah,
all the screens if you want.
yeah.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, you said that the screen in the back is in Chinese, but on the other way around for Xiaomi SU7, there's no English UI. But if you use the Hyper OS tablet from Xiaomi, you can set to English, and then you can actually fit in the back of that two seats. So you have the English screen in the back, but non-English screen in the center. But for Neo, you got the English screen in the center, but non-English screen in the back. They somehow need to work together, I think. These two
Yeah,
companies.
I'm sure they're going to, like, update that, like, in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not ready yet. But I'm sure they would have the English one.
The one thing I gotta say is it's like an OLED screen, so viewing things on it is just fantastic. Yeah, and I think Xiaomi's tablets aren't OLED, so
Nah,
yeah, and
not
there's a
those.
difference in viewing quality right there. And the screen itself, like, if you look into detail, the back of the screen is leather. The whole entire bezel, the outer trim of the screen, is this kind of matte metal finish. It just looks very good, and it's
Mm.
just feels high quality. It just feels high quality. It has a button on the side, which is sort of like a tablet. So maybe in the future, that might be the tablet that that people will be able to get. Neo launched a Neo phone. They might launch a tablet as well, and tablet would really make sense for like ET5,
Yeah,
ES6.
yep.
And having that in the back as a rear screen would be fantastic.
Yeah, and you can buy it and fit it in. And if you don't want, you don't need to buy it. So it gives
Exactly.
more, kind of optional. Yeah, you don't
But
need
if
to.
they do that, then they're gonna piss off customers again too. Though they're gonna be like, "Oh, I paid all this money for ET7 with this two screens in the back, and I can't take it with me. And now my ES6, I can have a tablet I can take with me."
The thing is, there's always going to be Neo owners that are pissed off. All right. That's the
But whatever
thing. I mean,
actually it does, yeah,
right?
there'll be some.
The
Yeah,
prices get cheaper. There's more benefits later on. There's more better processor chips, 8295 instead of 8155. You know, if you bought a Neo last year, you probably only got 30 swap vouchers. Whereas you buy a Nio this year, you get 60 swap vouchers, you get A295 chip. It just never ends. And even like first gen Nio owners were like, oh, some Nio owners are like, oh my god, like, our car's like not doing good or stuff. There's always people complaining. You're always gonna see like, the new iPhone launches. Oh my god, my phone doesn't have that feature. Come on. That's to be
Yeah.
expected, right? That's to be expected. But I think the great thing for Nio is like the earlier you buy a Nio, the longer you get to enjoy it, right? Like battery swap, right? The earlier you buy it, the more perks you get. Like for example, Nio owners, they get like repurchase vouchers. If you purchase another car, you get big discount. And early Nio owners, you get free battery swap, right? So you know it's a trade-off. Yeah.
So do either of you guys have any suggestions for how Nio could like improve their booth or their presence at the auto show, or like who are they next to, things like that this time?
For me, it was very prominent that they were across from Harmony OS booth. So this is quite interesting. Thank you for bringing this up. So Harmony OS booth, they had like Ito car, they had Luxeed, they had all the people using Harmony OS, all those cars. And very interesting, there was also a separate Ito booth. So some cars were showcased twice, which is very interesting. But I think their positioning is fine. The positioning is fine, but this year they did not really give out freebies. You see a lot of the other car companies, they give out freebies and people carrying this big bag of freebies. So I think I guess it's nice that they stopped giving out freebies, and uh, in a way it's to reduce cash burn, but they're still like giving out these loot boxes. If you like leave your phone number, you scan the sales rep's QR code for a test drive and you test drive successfully, then you get a loot box which you might win something. So I guess the fixed expenses might have come down significantly instead of giving everybody a cup.
Probably also giving out like freebies or cutting away freebies makes your brand positioning like a little bit more elevated, right? By you're not so cheap, like, oh, we got to give some little trinkets to people just to get them to come by, right? And the booth was still quite busy.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
probably a good move, not just for cash burn, but just for elevating the brand position a little bit.
Yeah, and they did have like sort of like auto show sales package. Like if you buy the car around this period of time, you get like tents, camping stuff for free. So it was a pretty decent perk. And I was doing some eavesdropping, just listening, pretending I'm filming, but I'm not
Always.
actually filming. I'm listening. And some of the sales reps, they actually sold quite a lot of cars. And some of the sales reps did recognize me. They tapped me on the shoulder. Hey, what's up, man? Shake hands. And I asked them like how many cars you sold, etc. And there are some sales reps that sold 20 cars this month so far. And then at the auto show, they got like just within that like couple hours, because I was there earlier in Saturday and I was gonna leave around lunchtime. Just in those couple of hours, they got like some sales reps got like around 30 leads. So 30 phone numbers that people like scanned, said they're willing to test drive. So this I think is a pretty good achievement. And each sales rep will probably get at least 100 prospects at that auto show. So I guess their sales target of 1,000 cars, it could be totally reachable. I mean, the real good thing about the auto show booth is that they have the swap station right there, right? There's no like having to convince people that this thing exists. Whereas at normal stores, people might be interested in the car but have no idea what battery swap is. There, you're not gonna have that. People see the car, people see the swap station. They don't believe in it. They go check it out. It's right there. So that I guess this is why it's so sales focused. They do get a lot of sales from this whole process, and educating a lot of people on battery swap is very important. Yeah.
Will did bring up that he said that they're always in the corner, like Nio is always like in the corner, so should be on the main crossroad, like in between the hall, maybe I don't know. So it's a link in between, like a large booth, like half booth in one hall and the other half booth in another hall, and then in between or something, or the
Mm,
main one, right in the main one, like main.
Well, who do you guys think
I
was the
get what you
busiest?
mean.
Which
Yeah,
booth was the biggest? Did they still have plenty of foot traffic, even if they weren't in the main road?
no, I
Yeah, they
think the
had a ton of
traffic.
foot traffic.
I think regardless of where they are, I mean, the traffic is like, I don't know. From my 2 days there, I can hardly walk anywhere. Like it's all so crowded. The moment I pick up want to shoot some video or the pictures, I can never get a clear shot. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad photographer,
Was
but
was
I
there
cannot get.
any was there any booth in your perspective, Ting or Mr. P, that was either like super busy, like clear standout, or clear like terrible?
For super busy, I think Xiaomi is one of them. Super busy. Um,
Yeah.
I've seen some which has less traffic. Unknown brand to me though. I don't know how to call it. See, I cannot even remember the
Yeah.
brand. Oh shoot,
What
where's it? Oh,
was Hi-Fi there, or they're gone?
no, no,
They're not
they're
there.
gone.
No.
They're not there. No, so yeah, pretty much the. I think that's done deal now. Uh, like Mr. P mentioned about Porsche, the booth is not as large, yeah, but it's nicely
Yeah.
decorated, and it still keep some sort of exclusivity. You still need to line up. You need, yeah, sort of like but it's not like super crowded. But you
Yeah.
still like they limited the people, the number of the media or press or those who interest the investor, whatever. Like they queue up like a luxury when you go to
Mm.
Louis Vuitton or whatever shop brand. They let the people get into the shop up to like a whatever capacity they can take care of you, and then the rest need to wait until they clear
Yeah.
the people. Yeah, so I think that is like it might be low in traffic, but because it was forced to be that like that. But
It's
then
exclusive.
some other brand, yeah, some other brand there's no traffic at all.
Yeah. For me, I think so like Neo's booth was very busy, and I think their spot is perfect because they would like to have a corner spot for the swap station and also Neo House. It would be kind of difficult, and it would be very space limited if it was not in a corner. But for some of the booths that were quite empty, I'd say the Kia booth. Some of the like traditional automakers, Kia booth was, I guess, fairly empty. Not that many people. Volkswagen was actually, not that many people as well. Chevrolet, interesting, they were there. Not that many people. And most is surprising, I think Feifan, Rising Auto. Yeah, it was okay, but those guys, they're not doing that well. Expo, some people, but definitely not crowded. Yeah.
Yeah, if you compare Xpeng to Neo, I think Neo is more crowded. At the same day,
Yeah.
at the same time, Neo is more crowded. Li Auto is also sort of crowded,
Oh
about
yeah.
the same,
Zeekr was really
about the
crowded.
same
Holy crap.
as Neo. The what?
Zeekr.
Oh yeah, because they
Zeekr's
bring
very
on the
crowded.
mix, the concept seeker mix, right? And
Yeah.
the front, it just again is like a makeup type look. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
it's cool design though. It's like living space on the road, living room on the road.
So I saw some people in the comments on Mr. P's video. They were saying like Neo did a big fail by not having Onvo there. What's your guys' take on that?
You go first, Mr. P. It's your video.
They haven't even launched the brand, so
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
mid-May.
It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna showcase the and people they want everybody's attention and not just like at the auto show it would be like some people's attention because everybody's launching stuff. It would be like their I guess internet traffic would be like a lot lower, right, compared to some of the other guys who were all there. Everybody's making videos of Lei Jun and stuff, not exactly making videos of Onvo perhaps. So yeah, I mean it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. They're gonna and also if they had that car there, people would be like, you know, able to see what the inside looks like, get some info and start like perhaps bashing it, maybe say some bad stuff about it and that kind of stuff. Say this is a problem, that is a problem, yada yada yada. People checking out the car and it might not it's kind of more random instead of having a proper launch event and having people tailored to see what Nio wants them to see. So I think that's an important takeaway. So I'm fine with Onvo not being there. I mean, it's not supposed to be there. Like, are they gonna launch the brand at the auto show and surprise everybody? Like, hey, this is a new store here, right here. Like, no. And also, they're not gonna like showcase it alongside Nio either because it's, you know, they're two separate brands.
Yeah,
it could. It might as well be on like a separate hall. You know, go to like in the same hall as the like the same competitor price range,
like
maybe
or something. Or
I
sort
see
of
the
like
same as
BYD
issue
and
at all.
Nio. They were like right next to each other.
Yeah. The small one on the far right, on like at near the edge of the hall, and BYD is larger, of course, because it's like they shown up a lot of their new, their new, new old same thing. I don't know how to call it. New old model, the new model of the old, refreshed
models. Yeah.
I agree with you, Mr. P. I agree with you, Mr. P. Like they shouldn't have had the Onvo there since they haven't launched the brand yet. However, just like play devil's advocate, since I've heard from your videos, you said maybe they're pushing up the timeline a little bit for the brand launch, right? Like maybe they should have launched the brand a month ago and then had the cars there and then start delivering in Q3 or something. But since maybe they're not doing that, they're delivering in Q4, then it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, definitely they shouldn't have had the brand there before the launch of the brand. That doesn't make any sense to me either.
I think the interesting thing would be like if they were if for the Onvo launch event mid-May, which is coming up very soon, if they take pre-orders, okay, that would be very interesting. If they take pre-orders and there's a lot of pre-orders, that's going to be very, very nice. So it'll be interesting to see if, you know, pre-orders will be open. Yeah, hopefully they will be.
I do agree with one comment from Will here though, that the ET9 should be there. I know that it was not there, and then they try to focus on the new lineup, ET7 and 2024 lineup, but ET9 already took customers' money. You see my point, right? My point is that a bunch of people already put down that like, you know, the is it
Deposit.
refundable? Yeah, the deposit
Refundable.
is still eventually you already took some money from related to this product. So I think it's fair to put it on stage at least for those who maybe like 10-20% of people of those traffic in your booth, they already paid this 5K deposit, so they get a chance to see. You can let the car to dance on the stage, whatever, bring some highlights, right? And you got a bunch of
crazy.
And you got a bunch of 24
the car dancing
lineups
on stage would be pretty
and
interesting.
the car dancing, shaking, whatever. You show that on the video. Why not here? That's only one tiny thing that I think it should be easier for them to do it, and then the ET7 wouldn't. It would be that too. So I don't know why they don't. But You saying, Eric?
I'm just saying that car's still far away though. Like it's launching next year Q1, right? So
Yeah, but it took people money already. People paid for it
yeah,
already, and
I
they
get
showed
what
the
you're
video
saying.
of it doing things. So I think it's fair for people to walk there and maybe see the same thing they saw in the video. That
Yeah,
just yeah. If I'm the one paying a deposit, I would love to see that too. Why not? Right? And it's a major event. It's not like a Hainan Motor Show or whatever the small one, right? This is a bloody hell Beijing Motor Show after 4 years. Come on, it
yeah.
shall be a
I'm,
major one.
I bet they'll have a big like reintroduction event for that car though, right? Because they did talk about they had still have a lot to show about the car, so they'll probably
Ah,
do something big for it in the future. I would
yeah.
guess, and
Just show the
probably
one that
Yeah.
you show on the
invite
video.
depositors
They show
to.
up on the video. Yeah.
They could invite depositors to come check it out in a real life event, like exclusively for them, because they're
Yeah.
paying 800,000
Possible.
RMB whatever for it, right? So they might have something up their sleeve. If I was Neo, I would do that, right? I would have an exclusive event for somebody who gave me money for this car. It's my most expensive product yet to come check it out. I would,
Yeah. That is like when you get into up close, right? What
yeah,
I'm trying to say is that this is like a elevator stand. You cannot even get inside the car. You
yeah,
can only see it, see how it
yeah,
does, see how it's like a dog into the water and then try to slap up all the water,
yeah,
dancing on the stage. You can't get inside. You can't get up close, exclusive enough for you to see. But the rest of what the new model lineup, you can get in, you can experience it. But the
So
top of the line, the top of the food chain is up there.
you're saying they should have had it on stage and then had a snow machine that was like constantly snowing
Yeah,
on it.
well, you can do the foam, whatever. Just check the foam and then recycle it and put it again and do it again. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just dance without the snow is fine too. You can see the car is checking why it's not in motion.
yeah,
That's big already. You can see the car dance on the layer of water. You wouldn't have any splash, right? The stuff they show on the video already, I think is fair to
yeah.
show. And you don't need to get people to go inside yet because you are not finalizing whatever inside. I'm sure they're still working out some details and other stuff too. But
Yeah.
it would be really good to have the ET9 there as the main, as the top of the food chain, and the rest of the new lineup, you can experience it. Maybe it's too expensive to bring the car there. Maybe.
Anything else you guys
Well,
want to
I
share from the
think the
show?
reasoning is
Go ahead, Pete.
because I think it's because like things aren't like ready to be shown yet. Because before Neo Day, co-founder Chinleaf Hong said they could do like 10 more launch events just talking about the tech inside the car. So there's clearly like a lot of stuff that they have not said or revealed about the car yet. So and he said they're gonna do like sort of mini launch events revealing more info and tech stuff, blowing people's minds in the future. So in that aspect, I think it's more like, they don't want to showcase this off yet. And, and respectfully, I think, they should have brought that car there and just make a whole buzz, have the car dance and like do some like acrobatic tricks. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
It would
that's the
be
stuff
it
they
would be
show on video.
extremely popular. Everybody would be there checking it out. Yeah.
It'd
And
be on the
I mean, the
highlight for
foot
sure.
traffic would be insane. Yeah.
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 All
So,
those
yeah, I
streamers,
do
they will
agree.
just zoom in into the gap between the wheel and the chassis. They will just use a bunch of the creative video. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it's just
Like,
not ready.
yeah. And back to Onvo a little bit when some of the comments said that why it's not there. No, what do you guys think about the successful formula for them to launch? In my opinion, it's like they had to do something similar to the SU7 somehow. From the moment it was launched in the launch event, the promise on delivery, it should not go past 30 days. It should not go past the, like, if you launch like ET9, I'm sure it will not be successful. Because by the time you launch and then you deliver like a year and a half after, the tech and everything is like catching on already. For ET9, it's fine because it's like way too advanced, right? It's like way too advanced. A lot of stuff they haven't even announced yet, still cooking. But for the Onvo, I'm sure it should be the tech that it should be ready to get into the user. Meaning, they should not launch the brand and then you need to wait to get the car. If they do that, I'm sure it will be tough for them to to get up the momentum and get it going. What do you guys think?
For me,
Yeah,
I think. Go ahead. Go ahead, P.
go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think that it's okay to launch the brand, like tell the story of the brand, tell kind of like a roadmap for the brand, but I don't personally think they should start taking like deposits and start doing pre-sales if the car is still 6 months out, if they're delivering in Q4 or something, right? I
Okay.
think like you say, Ting, like maybe in the future in 4 or 5 months, then we say, okay, here's the price. We're taking deliveries or we're taking pre-orders right now. You can get the car next week or in a month or something. Then that's okay. Yeah, that's better. But I think that a general introduction of the brand in May is fine.
Okay. What I meant is like a launch of the model already. For example, we saw the Onvo on the camouflage and all. If they launch that car, you need to have it get into the customer within at least like 30 days,
Yeah,
whatever time it is.
that's what
But
I'm saying.
the brand we like a way old hype. We like sort of getting all the rumors and stuff, right? If they
That's
launch
what I'm
only the brand, no, it's just the brand lah. But if they
right.
launch
They
the
can launch
model,
some basic stuff about the car. Like here's our product roadmap. Here's the first car. We're gonna have these two more models coming. Like general information, right?
ah,
Like you're not gonna have all the details of the what is it, L60 or something? Is that what it's called?
L
Like they're not
six zero.
gonna go everything and then
Okay,
have a price and then say, okay, you can order it now and you're gonna get it in 6 months. I don't think that's a good strategy either. I agree with you.
6 months,
Well,
long way. Way down.
the Xiaomi, they actually did like when they did the launch event, it was like back last year, right? End of last year. They launched the car with the technology inside the car. They were talking about that. And then they had the formal launch event a couple months
Yeah.
later with the pricing and everything. So, this is I think Neo's just doing the same thing. They're gonna
Yeah.
showcase the car, talk about the tech inside, and then they might or might not open deposits. I'm hoping they open deposits, and I hope that they do like a limited time offer, sort of like what they're doing with Bass right now. You pay 4 months, you get 1 month free, and hopefully, if Nio is very smart, they would connect Bass with battery swap. You have to get pay. You have to go for Bass to get battery swap, like over there in Europe. And if they're smart, and they should absolutely do that. And I mean, look, why not? It makes the car cheaper. And also, Neil will probably, because they've changed the BAS policy so much, they also get vouchers. If you pay monthly, you get vouchers to repurchase another car. It's just so good now. So I think they might do like a limited time offer for deposits. Also refundable, but of course, if you refund it, you don't have that limited time offer. So I think this is really gonna, convince people to place down 1 or 2,000 RMB as a deposit, and then to secure the perk, at least. And this would be pretty nice. I think this is the strategy going forward. If they do that, that would be very, very nice. Yeah.
but not like ET9, yeah. Not like put down the deposit and then get in a year and a half. I'm sure that is like that's
Yeah.
not the right way to go with the mass product. To
Yeah.
me, it's not the right way to like,
I
see you
concur.
1.5 year
Well,
later. It's just way too long, man.
yeah, from what I heard from interviews and stuff, so mid-May product launch, and then they're going to start deliveries in Q4. By December, they're going to ramp up deliveries of that car. So it's actually, it's progressing pretty fast. And if you think about it now, what Xiaomi did was they launched the car, showcased the tech, and then 4 months later, 3 months later, they have the price reveal sort of launch event. And during all this time, there were people like talking about this car, etc., etc. So I think Nio might do something similar. Brand launch with car unveil and tech in mid-May, and then 3-4 months later, um, in about September. All right, let's say September, conservatively speaking, because that's 3-4 months. Then they launch the car with a price and start deliveries right away.
Yeah. That's a good strategy, I think.
Yeah. And
Keep the
it's,
hype up.
from what I heard. Okay, here's what I heard. Here's a little secret. The car's probably around 250k RMB, with bass around 180k RMB. So yeah, from what I
Ooh,
heard.
okay.
Okay, not confirmed. All right, they're probably gonna adjust this accordingly, according to like what new cars come out, and if like Xiaomi does price cuts, uh, it's flexible. But from what I heard, all right,
But this one is like aim at the like the Model
mass
Y
market.
segment, right? Yeah, mass
Yeah.
but Model Y segment. Like those who get the Xiaomi one, the sedan one, they may shift over to this one because if they would have that larger SUV from Xiaomi, they might go with the SUV. But since now only sedan is available and Onvo is more appealing, they might shift
Mm-hmm.
over to Onvo with the bass, right? That's
Yeah.
probably a good predictions.
And also, uh, from what the CEO said, all right, this was during the on Friday, or was it Thursday? The CEO revealed that their car is actually more energy efficient than Tesla Model Y. Okay, and it's going to be cheaper, and it's going to be bigger, more spacious, more comfortable, and it can do battery swap. So all these combined, I'm pretty sure it's going to deal a pretty interesting blow to Tesla. And
Well,
yeah,
Ooh,
we already see that the Model 3 has been kind of crushed in China, right? So we'll see if the Y can get crushed as well.
crush you mean as in not as many sold, right? Am I
Yeah.
understand
people
that
will still buy a
correct?
Tesla.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
the Model 3 refresh did not do so hot in China.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Elon
I
Musk is
gotta say,
going to Beijing,
when I
right?
checked that out, go ahead. What?
Elon Musk is going to China. I think he's trying to ensure all the deals with FSD. Like, he need to roll out something. If there's not a product, then it has to be software. It has to be something else. It has to be something that appealing to the customer. Like buy now, you get EAP free for life or something. I don't know. But EAP is like sucks like
Mm.
big time if you have a hardware 4, right? It's like hardly can do anything. Like the hardware 1.0, you can do auto parking, you can whatever, like lane change, whatever, and summon. Like when you park in the tight space, you can set someone forward or backward, same like Neos, right? But in hardware 4, you can't do it, even though you paid for EAP already. So it's like they took the money, but
Wow.
then there's no feature. Yeah, the feature is like soon, coming soon since the hardware for launch in China. So they need to have
So
this one. Otherwise, it's going to be like a big scam. Yeah, I mean, like over
yeah.
promise and never.
So your Tesla Model S, like, what can it do? Like compared to your Neo, in terms of Neo Pilot versus your Tesla's Pilot.
The NOP plus on the highway is still similar to the EAP on the highway, so it can like shift the lane whatever, but on only on the highways, right? But out of the highway, when you want to park, Neo can auto park without driver in the car when you in the tight spot, because you can't open the door after. Yeah, so you can park without you being in the car. You just need to witness the safety. The Tesla can't do that. Even the old Tesla that can do the auto parking, you need to be inside the car with all the ultrasonics, the old hardware, right? So the new hardware 4.0, only the vision. It doesn't have ultrasonic. It doesn't sense the proximity. It's only use what it saw to like sort of like modeling what's around it. And it can do the auto park. It cannot do the summoning forward or backward, where Nio can do summon forward or backward easily. What else? I think that's the main thing: summon and auto park. And if you pay
Wow.
for EAP to have those features, it costs you 32,000 yuan, right? But you cannot use it.
Wow. Yeah, well,
We also
for
pay for
Nio,
free.
NOP Plus is available within the city as well now. So you can just
Yeah,
drive with it.
I haven't tried the city road yet because on the road
It's
that I
launching end of this month
oh, okay, so I have to try it after.
for
Yeah,
everybody.
okay,
Yeah.
cool,
For
cool,
all
cool, cool.
NT 2.0 cars, you just press a button and it drives. It knows the red lights. It can stop. It's basically like FSD in America. It can lane change if there's obstacles. It'll steer away. It's almost like a person driving the car, but of course you still gotta like be behind the wheel and be careful. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
not
that's
up to the
coming.
level where you're outside the car and then you let the car go and swap battery for you and come back, like on the
They
test
can do
video.
that now.
What? So you don't have to be in the car now to swap the battery
Yeah,
far away from home? Really?
yeah.
They allow
Well,
that?
you park the car next to the swap station or close in the parking lot
Ah,
that the
okay,
swap station is
okay.
at, and then you
You
go
need
and
to wait.
drink
Yeah.
coffee or you go to the bathroom. You click on swap, and then after
In the
once
car
it's
park.
your
Yeah.
turn, the car drives itself to the swap station, swaps, and then drives out to find another parking spot, even if yours is taken. And yeah, once you're back, it's ready and you can go. Yeah.
So now that feature is available, right? The on the queue when you
It's gonna be at the end of this month. It's available.
same. It's the same feature as the NUP Plus in the city. So this one is part of
Yep.
it. Like
Yeah.
queue up and yeah, I saw that on the video, but I don't know whether it's available on 2.4.5. But it seems to be like 2.4.5 lock feature, which will be enabled end of the month. Okay.
Yeah. Which is like
Yeah.
in a couple of days. Yeah. End of the month. That's like the day after tomorrow, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that only took 2 days, right?
Yeah.
Do either of you guys have any final thoughts on Beijing Auto Show before we get into questions and comments?
Too crowded and too many EVs.
Too many EVs.
Yeah.
Bosch didn't bring the gasoline or hybrid and plug-in hybrid. That says something. That says a lot, actually. Right,
I
Mr.
think,
B?
yeah, from what I gotta say is that it's once again shows that Neo's moat is impenetrable. All right. Neo's moat being battery swap impenetrable. There's nobody else doing it. Fifine is actually like dying. They're cutting workforce. So Nio is the one and only company doing battery swap. Even if they get partners to do battery swap, Neo's gonna get slice of the profit. But we're seeing that other companies, their moats are being penetrated. For example, Li Auto, right? EREV with big screens and comfortable seats. That's easily replicated. Other guys are doing it as well for much cheaper prices, and that really hurts their sales. So and also, so that's one thing. But also, second, I want to say that the whole entire EV market is still extremely competitive. All right, a lot of these guys without moats, they're just competing based on price. They're offering similar things. Everybody has a big screen and a comfortable seat. They're just competing on prices, and it's price and specs. That's what the whole price war is about. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, price war is something which gonna go for a whole year, maybe even longer. It could be a year. Yeah, it could be a year of elimination for some.
Definitely. And the thing is, Nio, they're not really doing price cuts. They have like very good promo offers to incentivize sales, but they don't want to do price cuts because the Onvo car is coming. They don't want to like have any price overlap with that. And that car is gonna flip the table. That car is gonna be like the ultimate stab to all these other competitors with cheap EVs. Yeah. So Nio CEO said they're gonna flip the table, so the table flip is coming very soon.
I hope so.
Let's
Yeah.
just hope that no one flipped the table on him. Yeah, he's the one
Don't
flipping.
flip it
Yeah.
back. Don't flip it backwards.
Yeah, otherwise it's tough, man.
All right,
Yeah, I
Ting,
think.
let's get questions. It's getting late out here.
Oh yeah, I thought you had to sleep, man. I thought you have
I
enough up and energy
yeah,
for a
man.
long session. Anyway, okay, let's pull up some of the questions like from the top. Oh, say hi to Mike too, from US
Like,
Eastern. Hi, Mike. Okay, the first one is that the Lotus deal. I saw that. Yeah, I think it's only for high speed charging, right? High power charging.
For swapping. It has
Swapping too.
swapping.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Lotus,
They're gonna go
Lotus.
like full on swapping. They're gonna build swap stations together. They're also going to develop tech for swap together as well. So
So like
Lotus
the
is
new,
pretty much
the
like all in
new,
on swap as well. It's a
the
big
new
deal.
Emiya and the new Electra will have the swap capability. Then the new model probably.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, the thing with this partnership, all right, and during the auto show, I got to interview Dr. Shen Fei, which is the head of NIO Power. I asked him about how long we could expect between when we can see cars on the road, and he says probably earliest is like 2025 or earliest. He says it takes about 1.5 years from first of all R&D work to testing, certification, and then production, and then launching the car. So there's a lot of steps, but it takes a lot of time, and so 1.5 years about. So even if Lotus puts that on their newest car, it's probably not existing car models. It's probably a new car model, because you got to change the entire chassis, and that's just they're changing the car basically. So Lotus, their car that can do battery swap, probably 2027 and onwards. That's when we'll probably see, or maybe 2026. Yeah, it's gonna take some
Okay.
time. Yeah.
What would be that new partnership on 20th? There'll be announcement. Some
I
partnership.
don't know if there's a huge partnership on 28th, but I've seen some clips of you know Nio CEO shaking hands with BYD CEO. So I don't know if that's anything to
Uh,
work with, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
hey,
maybe just
I've,
join the
I've
chat.
shaken hands with William Lee as well, and he's got no deal with me. So
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, it just could be
maybe,
a great.
maybe not. But they're good pals, and it makes sense. I mean, Geely's partnering up with Nio, Chang'an, Cherry. Everybody's partnering up with Nio, and it really makes sense for BYD to do it as well, because BYD CEO and Nio CEO are like super good pals. They're like buddies basically, and BYD doesn't have infrastructure, so it would be a perfect marriage basically.
Maybe like they give a blade battery and then in turns share the infra. I don't know.
Maybe.
Blade battery is still not bad. So if they can make it like a work with the hybrid setup would be good too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Yeah, I saw some comment from Peter that this ET7 up like, at this time would be a good point, but not the ET9 is okay because otherwise the competitor would just take out the notepads and take notes.
Yeah,
Just show what
exactly.
was show on the video, man. Just if they show on the video something, show only that. It's fine. You need to let them strip open and then go inside the car. Keep some secrecy there, but it's just exciting to see. Let me see.
I think they should have had like a screen, maybe like just showcasing the ET9,
Yeah,
playing that video, shaking out
the
the
video
snow
on the
and
big
stuff.
screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I get a better chance of being stuck by a lightning than Tesla must promise coming to pass. Yeah, I do agree. Man, since when the robo taxi was promised, now it's not even come to life.
coming out August 8th, man.
Really, believe me. If none, like if like more than half the car on the road are not robo taxi, the robo taxi still got some challenging to go through. I mean, the unknown factor is more than just like, yeah, it's fancy left turn without the like an
Yep.
unprotected left turn. It's more than that.
Yeah.
I'm sure if like I don't know, maybe I'm just too much into like apocalypse kind of thing, but I don't think it's gonna go on. They may announce, but then you plus another few more months
Plus
Yeah, the
years.
thing is, in the
or
U.S.,
year. Yeah,
Waymo is doing robo taxis, right? Driverless
yeah,
taxis, but they have a ton of sensors. They have so many
yeah,
sensors.
yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
Baidu here in China. They have a ton of sensors. So Tesla with only visuals. I mean, like if there was a picture with a stop sign, then Tesla would be easily fooled. Maybe.
It's like Looney Tunes or something. Yeah, like the Roadrunner holds up
Yeah.
a sign, and the car gets
Yeah.
confused.
This actually happened in the U.S. I think it was like 1 or 2 years ago. FSD was being like trouble because there was a billboard saying stop. I was like some stop, like I don't know, stop mistreating your health or something. But then the Tesla cars stop because like they see the stop. So yeah.
Does the Chinese market have anyone else who offers 900-volt architecture, or the Nio is the first in China?
900 volt, not exactly. 800 volts, a ton of people. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, the steer by wire on the ET9 is the still under the 12-volt low voltage the drive, or it's like the shift like same like Cybertruck 36 or 48?
I'm not too sure about that.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
Tesla brag about this 48 volts. So I don't know what it was used in, or what will be used in ET9. Oh, this one interesting. GUI is going vision only. City ADAS backed by two. There's no redundant sensors at all. If it's too dark for the camera to see, I don't know, man.
Crank up the ISO, wider aperture.
Also,
Yeah, but
the thing with that is if there's like headlights from the opposing traffic, that's gonna blind you, blind the
eh,
cameras. So
true.
DCAR actually did a test with this, which was very interesting. All the cars that were visual only failed to stop. So because of the blinding light from the oncoming traffic, that's just a drawback. Yeah.
Because based on the principle of all the other brands where they try to do the ADAS in the city, at least one LiDAR is used. Like Li Auto, they got the same setup as Nio. Um, Xpeng, they got different. They placed in the in the risky part of the vehicle. Avatar do the same, but they need to have that sort of like if the car is stopped, the object is stopped, you should know how far it is. You don't need to have the stuff in motion for the camera to interpret how big it is and then how far it is. You should be able to see the distance while both of them stop, you know. So when it move, you know how to react. And that I think hence the LiDAR is like for all the city navigation, they should use it. It will be but it will be cool, really cool to solve the problem if they use only vision alone. Do you think they'll extend the current battery swap promos past May or June and July?
I don't think so. For Bass, no. I'm like battery swap. They'll always have like vouchers for sales, but for Bass, if like renting the battery right now, it's pay 4 months get 1 month free. That's gonna be ended on the end of May. That's limited time, but they're definitely gonna be like, oh, you know, in June, you buy the car, you might get like 70 swap vouchers or 80 swap vouchers. They're definitely gonna have those vouchers though.
That will mark a year of me owning the ES6. I think they're about the same time when they shift between major promos, right? Cycle. Maybe it would
Yeah,
last up to July. We never know. I don't know. Depending on the
yeah.
sale, no? Probably.
Your free battery swap perk lasts forever, 6 per month, right? You got
I
6 or
know, but
4?
I got 6, and I got the charger too. I got 6 with the Nio DC charger. There's some hidden promos there, man.
Nice.
Anyhow, okay. Okay. Will said that he wrote that one. Apollo Light. I did try the Apollo, the full thing, like the one with the rotating sensor up top, the LiDAR rotating thing. Because I think Neo should also upgrade to 900-volt architecture this year or next.
Probably Gen 3 Neo
Not
cars.
possible.
NT3,
Yeah, Gen
right?
3.
NT 3.0.
Yeah,
And what would happen
it's gonna
with
have to be next
NT2?
gen.
Can you upgrade the drivetrain to 900 and
No, of course not.
the HP? Oh, so it's a new car then, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be a new car.
But I get to still keep the swap and everything, no? If I upgrade
Yeah, of
it.
course. You can always swap.
Okay. I need
For
to
life.
use it more than 6 years, man. Otherwise, my wife would kill me. Change the car
Well,
too
you
often.
can buy a new Neo and then just pass it on to your new Neo. Yeah.
Huh?
But 900
How?
volt is coming for the Onvo car though. So in 2-3 weeks,
Okay.
we're gonna see the sub brand launch, and that's gonna have that. So, well, 800 volts at least. Yeah. So in some aspects, it's actually gonna be better than Neo's cars. Yeah, some aspects.
But it's too niche. The supply chain has to support it, like depending on the scale, right? Which means they need to have like secure the supply for all of these to meet up their demand and the forecast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I mean, they might be the first one to do the mass 900-volt thing. So cool. I think that come to the last question of today. I might miss some of it, but then we did answer most of it during the discussion today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
And,
chat, guys. Interesting
yeah.
about the Beijing Auto Show.
Yeah. All right. So I think with this, we shall conclude our session, Mr. Eric.
Yeah, time for bed, huh?
Yeah, man. I saw you like about to crash on the couch. It's not the couch because you're in Japan, so it must be
Yeah,
on just the
sit on the floor.
floor.
I'm like an old man. In Japan,
Yeah.
it sucks. I'm on the floor. I got a bad back. I walked 40 kilometers. Like, come on, give me a sofa. But no, gotta hang out on the floor.
That's a good walk, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, for the next session, I hope we can try to do it during next Thursday, possibly. If you're
Yep.
not out working, and if Mr. P is around, I should be okay as well.
I should be around. So
Cool. So with that, thanks a lot, guys, for joining. Do subscribe, hit the like button, and share so people know we exist.
yeah.
All right, cool, man.
Have a good night,
Nice,
everybody. Have a good
nice
day.
discussion, guys. Have a good night, and have a good night to y'all. Thanks for joining.
Stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.
Peace out.